I just wanted to quickly hop on here and chat about how I'm feeling at almost 40 weeks pregnant. So, I will be 40 weeks pregnant tomorrow. When this comes out, it will be a bit after that. So, you'll see this a little bit later. But how am I feeling? I feel great. And I think it's so funny when people ask me this question because I'm like, I don't feel any different. Let me tell you. I'm not feeling, I do feel uncomfortable. Like there's a lot of lower back pressure. But I've had sciatic pain on my right side, um, kind of like in my lower back and then in my hip and then like the back of my leg every so once in a while. And so every single night that I've been pregnant since like week 13, I've had a lot of pain there. And so because of that, I think that like the pressure in my lower back is not bothering me nearly as much because I do have that sciatic pain and that's like a lot more uncomfortable than the lower back pain that I have. But I can definitely feel the baby lower in me than they were a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks back, I'm pretty sure my baby dropped. Pretty sure I felt him drop when I was walking one time on the treadmill. But since that point, I have just felt normal. I have felt great. My sciatic nerve always never fails to start hurting me later on in the evening around like 4. We start getting that pain. But other than that, I really haven't felt much different, which is making me think that baby is going to be a bit overdue, which is very common for first time moms. I think that people like don't realize that sometimes is like a lot of people go late all of the time and maybe like we should start like pushing back, like if we know that someone's a first time mom, like maybe we should just to set their expectations, just push back the due date a little bit, tell them it's gonna be 41 weeks, tell them to plan for 41 weeks. Like I feel like that'd be better, and then you're like, oh, if it comes a little earlier, it's a fun surprise. You know, I think that'd be a great idea. But not everyone is gonna do that, and obviously, the hospital that I'm gonna be giving birth at didn't do that. But I do feel very good. I feel energetic, and not all the time. Sometimes I'm in a very restful mood, but towards the end of the night, I usually am like trying to clean up some dishes and put things away. And so I definitely feel like I've been in a nesting type of attitude or mentality, maybe is a more real word recently. And so that's definitely been like a good sign, I think, for me because, well, in general, I am someone who likes to be doing things and like getting things done. So I don't know if it's just nesting or if it's just me normally doing that, but I think there's definitely an element of like, okay, trying to keep everything organized and everything put away. And I'm not like one of those people who's like, I'm dusting everything and, like, not me. I do go out for a walk every day, and that's kind of like part of my time. I'm like, do, 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 do. But other than that, I have not been feeling really any different than I have all of the rest of third trimester. So we will see what that means eventually. Eventually, this baby will come out of me one way or another. So, hopefully, I just go into labor naturally. I have not had any Braxton hits, to the best of my knowledge. Some people can just not feel them. They say your belly's supposed to get tighter, and I will say I have had like tiny bits of cramping for the past couple weeks. Though that hasn't been like super recent, but since maybe week 38, I've been having like my lower belly just cramps up a little bit. And so because of that, I think that probably maybe that's a Braxton Hicks. Like I don't know. But I can definitely feel like there's things like going on that I'm like, okay, I feel like there's more pressure. I feel like, there's a lot of tightening and loosening going on, but I don't know if that's my uterus that is doing that. And they say if you feel your belly, it should feel like when it tightens, it's kind of like makes your belly hard. But my belly just always feels hard because the baby is like so stuffed in there. I feel like he's always all the way against it, so I don't even know. But other than that, haven't had tons of any symptoms or anything. So it will be interesting to see once baby comes. I'm thinking maybe another week from now. Maybe 4 to 6 days. I literally have no idea, but that's just what I'm guessing. I hope it's going to be before another week. I don't want to make it to 41 weeks. That would just... I don't. But if I do, that's fine. If I do, it's fine. I won't freak out. It's okay. Like, I'm not like super worried either way because your body's made to do this. It will go into labor at some point, and if I get to 42 weeks or something like that and it's not in labor, it will be induced. But I would like to avoid that if possible. I still got 2 weeks before that's an issue though. So we will just see when this baby decides to arrive, but hopefully within the next week. That would be great. So I am feeling like that. I will say some of the people have always been like, okay, once your body starts feeling miserable, like then you know that baby's coming. And I'm like, I don't feel miserable. But at the same time, maybe I'm just an like, I don't know. For me, like, I'm like, okay, is the pressure really that bad? Like, yes, I have a hard time turning in bed at night and I have to pee like 4 times a night, but for me personally, like, that's not super miserable. Like, I can get back up, go pee, come back, go right back to sleep, and I'm a great sleeper in general, so I don't think that for me it has a super huge impact. I will say the past couple of nights though, I have been like waking up and having a hard time falling back asleep, which is weird. Usually I can fall back asleep at the drop of a hat, but even then I don't feel like that's had a huge impact on me either way. But there you go. There's a little almost 40-week update for you guys, and hopefully this baby's coming soon.